The past month has been one of the best of my life. I broke bad habits, I made a lot of memories, I went on one of my favorite trips I've ever been on, and my biggest accomplishment this month was overcoming my anxiety, which has affected me negatively for years. I can't believe how much I've changed and how much this has changed my life. But just 30 days ago, I can't even say I was close to this happy. I was struggling with anxiety every day, and I was starting to become depressed because of it. I needed to change something. So I started a 30-day challenge to get rid of my anxiety for good. This video is gonna be really difficult for me to make because I already know I'm gonna get emotional while filming it, and my eyes are already starting to water. And I haven't even told anyone this but my girlfriend, but I've been struggling with anxiety for 5 years now. And at first I didn't really think anything of it because I was just having a few anxiety attacks here and there, but over the years, it got worse and worse, and now anxiety kind of just feels like a normal part of my life. I stress out every day, I have anxiety attacks every day. I honestly don't even remember the last time I wasn't having anxiety. It just feels like an everyday thing, all day long, and it affects my life and like everything I do in my life. Like, for example, I struggle with anxiety when making these videos, which is one of my favorite things to do. And I think the reason I have anxiety while making these videos is because I feel the need to be perfect when making them, because I want my videos and my channel to grow big in the future. And I feel like if I'm not perfect, that people won't want to watch my videos. And I just feel pressure from that. And I feel like the need to be perfect. That's just one of the many things anxiety affects in my life. And it just kind of sucks because I feel like I'm more worried about the future all the time than I am focusing on the present. It's just difficult to have this every single day, and I want to change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a 30-day challenge to get rid of my anxiety. And the thought behind this is it takes 28 days to change a habit, and anxiety is my worst habit. So if I can ignore it for 30 days, I feel like I could change my life and eventually get rid of this anxiety. I also want to fix a few other bad habits that I have, such as sleeping in late, playing too many video games, and also I want to get back on my workout routine because I've been kind of slacking, eating a lot of junk food lately and not running as much as I should be. So I want to get back on that workout routine and fix all these bad habits, and most of all, fix my anxiety. So let's get started with this challenge. It starts today. Okay, so day one has actually gone pretty well. I'm actually really happy with how today turned out. I had a few times where I felt like I was gonna have anxiety and was worrying about things, but as soon as I felt myself worrying, I would just stop and think, what would a normal person do in this situation? Would they continue to worry about little things that probably won't even matter tomorrow? Or would they just ignore them and move on? So that's what I did. I feel like that's actually gonna help with my anxiety, because every time I have an anxiety thought, I can just think, is this normal to be worrying about this? Or should I just forget about it and move on to tomorrow? So I'm going to keep doing that in the future. I didn't really work on the habits that I want to fix today. I'm taking this one step at a time. I don't want to push myself to do too much and feel overwhelmed. So this was a nice step, just ignoring my anxiety today, and I actually felt really good doing it. So let's see what day 2 holds for tomorrow. Day 2 and 3 were really successful as well. I went both days without worrying about my anxiety, which felt great because I think that's the longest I've went in a long time without anxiety. It's day 4 now, and I haven't had an anxiety attack. I have had a few times where I've stressed about things and worried about things for a few minutes, but the thing is, I caught myself doing that, whereas before I would just sit there and worry for maybe hours, maybe even the whole day. But this time I was catching myself doing it, and I was able to just stop worrying and go do something productive and take my mind off the anxiety, which I hadn't been able to do before. So I'm really proud that I was able to do that. I just need to keep catching myself every time I find myself worrying, because obviously it's only been 4 days and I still have 26 to go, and this anxiety is not gone yet. But if I keep this up, I think after the 30 days are done, my anxiety will be gone. But one thing I have noticed is it has been 4 days, like I just said, and my mind is still getting used to ignoring this anxiety, because my anxiety became so normal that it was just an everyday thing for me. And now I'm not used to just not having it there. Like, it just feels like not normal when it is normal, which I am trying to be now. I don't even know if that made sense what I just said, but it just feels like I'm used to having anxiety, but it's not there. So it feels good, but at the same time, I feel kind of uneasy, which is probably just more anxiety. But I'm sure after 30 days, it'll feel normal ignoring this because it'll become a new habit for me to ignore it. Let's see what this next day holds in the next week, because I'm really happy with the progress I'm making right now. Things were going well the entire week with the challenge. I was ignoring my anxiety and feeling happier, but that all changed day 6. I had my first anxiety attack since I started this challenge, and it was really bad. I felt like all my progress I had made this week was wasted. I'm just gonna say it. Day 6 was terrible. I had anxiety the whole day, and it's just kind of deflating because I felt like I was doing so good, and then just today kind of set me back. Hopefully I can just have a better day tomorrow. I really hope this isn't a setback, and I hope that my anxiety doesn't come back from this. It's just really deflating, like I said. Alright, so after having a rough day yesterday, I've gotten back on track today. And since it's day 7, it's time for my week 1 update. So I've noticed that my anxiety attacks have been a lot less, and my anxiety just feels great right now. Like, it's been not there really, and I haven't had hardly any anxiety attacks except for yesterday, of course. But I was able to get back on track today, and it's a really positive sign because normally when I would have an anxiety attack, it would kind of like spiral, and I would have anxiety attacks for multiple days. But today I just got back on track right away. I also started working on the habits I wanted to fix this week. I started eating healthier, and I also started my workout routine again, because in February I was kind of slacking on it. I would skip workout days, I would eat a bunch of junk food, but now I'm back on that routine again. Overall, I would say this week was perfect and it was a success because even though I had the anxiety yesterday, I overcame it. Like, that's a big step forward. And I just can't wait to see what week 2 holds and the rest of this challenge. The next few days went really well. I ignored my anxiety again and got back on track after having that big anxiety attack on day 6. This showed I was making progress because I was able to recover from my setback, which used to be difficult with my anxiety. So I feel like this was a major step for me in the challenge. So tonight was kind of crazy because I was just standing in the shower and I just started crying because, like, happy crying, because I was like so excited with like everything I've overcame, and like a few days ago I just couldn't believe my eyes are kind of watering right now, so I can't even think of what to say. But like just a few weeks ago, I didn't even believe that I was gonna be able to overcome the anxiety that I was having, and it just feels so good, like I've been saying in every video, but I truly mean that. It just feels so good to finally be overcoming this anxiety that has affected me for years. Like, it's just hard to put into words how I feel, and that's when my eyes started watering in the shower, and I like literally started crying of happiness because it's just crazy how much I'm overcoming right now. I can't say day 13 and 14 were as good as day 12. I had anxiety off and on both days. These days weren't that good, and they were my second setback in the challenge. I definitely need to have a good day tomorrow to get back on track like I did with the first setback. Day 16, I had a rough day today again. I tried to get back on track, but it's just been tough because week 2's been like a struggle for me. I had that one anxiety attack, and then ever since then, it's been like little anxiety attacks here and there, and then one big anxiety attack today. But the positive is there has only been 2 big anxiety attacks this week rather than every day like I used to be having. So I guess I could say that's a positive, but week 3 definitely needs to be better, and I need to get back on track this week, so gotta focus on that for sure. So today's day 16, it's the beginning of week 3, and it's the first day I've finally been able to ignore my anxiety since the start of week 2, and it honestly feels great because now I'm back on track. I feel like I have momentum going into week 4, which is the start of my Lake Tahoe trip, and I feel like if I'm able to ignore my anxiety the rest of week 3 and then starting week 4 going on that trip, that'll be the final steps to finally overcoming this anxiety. And I'm just so happy because 3 weeks ago or 16 days ago, I wouldn't have been able to say I've gotten this far. I would still probably be laying in bed right now panicking, having anxiety attacks, but it just feels great. And especially going through those troubles week 2, that I was able to make a comeback today, it just feels great. The next 4 days were all good. I completely ignored my anxiety, and for the first time since week 1, I really felt like my anxiety was completely going away. I had no anxiety, and week 3 was looking like a success. Day 21 and day 22 were really good, and here's my week 3 update. Really, really good. I ignored all my anxiety completely, didn't have any anxiety attacks whatsoever. I'm definitely back on track. Same as week 1, no anxiety, just feel great. And week 2 looks like a distant memory now, where I had a little bit of struggles, but those struggles are all gone because every time I had anxiety, I was just able to overcome it right away and ignore it because I was so focused this week, and I'm really proud of myself. So next week, I think week 4, I need to focus on all my bad habits, such as going to bed earlier, playing less video games, and drinking 4 bottles of water a day. I've been slacking on that a little bit since week 1. I've been only drinking 3 a day, so I need to focus on getting 4 a day, but that's not too difficult. I'm more focused on the sleeping in late, and I need to start waking up earlier because I've been sleeping until maybe noon, which is not good, so I need to start waking up earlier. So that's what I'm focused on for week 4. Overall, this challenge has been really good. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm talking normally in my videos now. I'm not talking super fast or just trying to get done with the video. I can just do this video with no anxiety, and I'm proud of myself for that. That was one of my biggest obstacles, and I overcame that too. So this challenge has worked really well so far. Got to keep it up week 4, and we'll see how I am at the end of this challenge. I'm currently packing for Tahoe, and I have to pack a lot of clothes, a lot of sweatshirts, a lot of pants, a lot of layers, because it's still going to be snowing there, and it's the end of March, which is surprising, especially here in California. That's because we had a really rainy season this year, and I'm excited because I didn't expect there to be snow there when I found out we were going on the trip about a month ago, but there's still snow there, and I'm excited to get some pictures, some videos in the snow. It's going to be a good time. Just got to Bishop. We're staying here tonight because it's the halfway point between Tahoe and where I live. And I've already seen plenty of snow on the way, and I can't wait for Tahoe tomorrow. What else am I saying? Help me with what to say. Did I do good? Anyways, I can't wait to start taking pictures tomorrow because I haven't went on a trip in a long time. Last time was September. And I'm just really excited for this trip. So we're heading to Tahoe tomorrow. Gonna be plenty of more snow, and I can't wait to get more pictures. Good morning, guys. We're about to go to the bakery and get some lunch right now, and then head up to Tahoe. It's about a 5-hour drive from here. Hopefully there's a lot of scenery on the way, but we're taking the other way rather than the way that has a bunch of snow, which is mostly desert. So I'm hoping there's some snow on the way, but it's not guaranteed. And we're about to go do that right now. So let's head out. We just got to the Airbnb in Lake Tahoe, and I guess the only thing now to do is a house tour. Started.
Missing, wishing to be yours. Hit me like some kind of vision, never been so sure. I don't know where you've been, throw it out of my head. A dream, swear you're made for me, making my heart a mess. Kisses like electricity, feel the energy.
After exploring the house, we went outside and walked around in the snow with the dogs. There was a lot of snow here for sure. The rest of the day, we just rested since it was a long drive. Overall, it was a great day in Tahoe. Okay, first anxiety update since the trip started. I still feel great and I feel like I'm finally at the end of my anxiety. One thing I was thinking about is how people with anxiety should live in the present rather than the past or the future, because I often caught myself thinking about the past or thinking about the future too much, and I wasn't living in the moment and thinking about the now. So I feel like doing that makes you feel more alive and you're just focused on the present, so you remember things better and everything just feels better that way because you're not worried about things that are out of your control, and your mind feels a lot free because you're not stressing about the future anymore or about things that could go wrong or what's gonna happen if this happens or that. Just like overthinking things, it goes away if you just live in the present because you're only focused on the moment you're living in rather than anything that happened in your past or your future. After filming my anxiety update, we went outside and played in the snow. There's so much snow here, it's crazy. Definitely the most snow I've ever seen. After playing in the snow for a few hours, we went to this crepe place that had really good crepes. Then we walked around the village in Lake Tahoe for a few hours. Then came the best part of the day when we went and explored the lake. Jennifer and I took a walk on the frozen beach. That's right, the frozen beach, because there was snow on the sand. After a long night, it's finally time to go to bed, and it was a really cold day, about 30 degrees, and tonight it's gonna be about 15, so I can't wait to get out of these blankets. But one more thing, I've noticed I've been waking up earlier for a week now, and that's one of the bad habits I wanted to overcome, so I can say I've successfully overcame that too now. And that's it for tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. The next morning we built a snowman, which is actually a lot more difficult than you think. It takes a lot of snow and packing it in. It was a really cool experience though, as I don't get much snow where I live, so this was my first time building a snowman. After building our snowman, we went back to the lake, enjoyed the scenery. Last day here in Tahoe, we're heading home tomorrow, and I feel like this trip was really great for my anxiety and I overcame a lot. I'll provide you guys an update when I get home, which will be day 30, and we'll see how this whole challenge went and how much I've overcome and how much I've changed since the beginning of this challenge. Day 30 of the challenge. This is the end of the challenge and I've changed so much. I am so happy with how this challenge turned out. My anxiety feels completely gone. I can't believe how much I've changed and how much this has changed my life. I feel normal again. And that's something I've been chasing for the past 5 years. I haven't been able to get back to. And just think about that. 5 years of trying to get back to normal without anxiety. That's a long time. I finally feel like I did it. And I can't even describe how happy I am. I just keep saying I'm happy because I'm happy. It just feels so much better to not have this anxiety, to be able to record this video right now without anxiety. Everything just feels way better. I'm so happy I did this challenge. And if you're inspired by this video and you have anxiety yourself or anything that you want to overcome, just try to do it for 30 days like I did. It will change your life, I'm telling you. I really hope I could inspire you by making this video and my challenges that I overcame and everything I did in this video. Thank you for watching this video and following me on this journey. I'm really appreciative of anyone that watched this video and got all the way to the end, because this is one of my longer videos that I've done on this channel. It's the longest video I've ever recorded. It's 20 something minutes by the time I'm done editing this. Just making this video in itself I'm proud of because it's a big project. And that's why I haven't really posted any videos for the past month, because I've been working on this project. I just didn't really want to record anything except this video while I was doing my anxiety challenge, so I could just focus on only this. But there will be a lot more uploads in the future, so don't worry about that. I just took this month to make this video. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'm so happy with how this challenge turned out, and I'll see you in the next video.
Kisses